You a question. Who do you love? What brand do you love? What brand gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling every time you interact with them, every time you use them? What brand could you not live without? Give them to me. Shout them out. Apple. Love you. Keep them coming. What brand do you love? Every day, go, oh, I love these guys. WordPress. WordPress. Nice answer. I did this once and some guy was like, beer! His heart was in the right place. So mine is Diet Coke. There is nothing better to me in this entire world than a cool, they're not paying me, but they can if they want to, cool, crisp, refreshing can of Diet Coke. I know it's going to hit the spot. I know it's going to refresh me every time. I know that no matter where I am in the world, it's going to taste exactly the same. I am 100% brand loyal to Diet Coke. So much so that if I go into a bar or a pub or a restaurant or whatever, and I order Diet Coke, and the waiter or waitress goes, oh, would Diet Pepsi be okay? It's like they've spit on my grandmother. No, it's not okay. I want a friggin' Diet Coke. But it's sugared water in a tin can, or artificially sugared water in a tin can. I could have the exact same conversation about Pepsi, okay? How can a metal can full of brown water evoke such an emotional response, okay? And that's what we've got to be asking ourselves every single day as we go into work. How are we going to get the consumer to love us, to have that same emotional, oh my God, I love you, over an inanimate beverage, okay? And we all have them. You may not think about it, but you'll go home and go, oh, dude, I know what he was talking about. We all have them. And you are going to have to work your ass off. The thing about the marketplace is not only is there more choice than ever, but the incumbent, the time to market has gone from this to this. Incumbents are completely looking over their shoulder all the time because there's some new little startup who will be apps. So Groupon. You guys hear about Groupon? You know about Groupon? You know what happened to them today? Bought by Google. $6 billion for a company that did not exist 2 years ago. So, and a result, we as the users, because of all these platforms that we're all using and trying to figure out, wrap our heads around, have this really, really loud voice. Conversation, I'm so glad you showed this slide earlier because you're absolutely spot on. If we go back to the 50s, conversation, brand, us, monodirectional. See, I don't even have an arrow on mine like yours. But it's absolutely the same. Completely monodirectional. Big corporate, monolithic, faceless brand, down to us, the ever-loving consumer. They would put their billboard out that says, buy our car, listen to our radio station, vote for our politician, and we took it as gospel. Well, actually, that's not true. We didn't take it as gospel. Our parents and our grandparents took it as gospel, to the point where it started to get ridiculous. These are all real ads from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Smoke cigarettes and you'll live longer, basically. Can you imagine if a company said that today? A cigarette company? They're not even allowed to advertise anymore. Love this one. You mean a woman can open it? Good old Del Monte. Bring out the sexist card. And it gets worse. For my tech nerds in the room, this is a computer. This best strapline none of you in your careers will ever come up with a strapline as good as that. You bet your sweet telex operator it is. Genius. Now, the best ad of all time. Blow in her face and she'll follow you in here. Could you imagine if a company did that today? Even joking. We would destroy them. We would destroy them. So, okay, look, now if you don't believe a brand or you're pessimistic about what brands say, you will believe legendary comedian Bob Hope in one of the creepiest photos I've ever seen. And if Bob Hope says smoke Chesterfield cigarettes, you'll smoke Chesterfield cigarettes. If for some reason, I can't think of, you have a beef with Bob Hope, you don't think he's funny or whatever, you will believe your doctor. And if your doctor says that little Timmy there should smoke Camel cigarettes, little Timmy's going to smoke Camel cigarettes. So, you couldn't do this today. We as a generation have all been fitted with some fairly sophisticated bullshit detectors. We know when we're being marketed to. Okay, and you're going to love this next slide, Daniel, after this one. And it's true. So generation, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, the 16 to 25-year-olds, they see right through it. We cannot market it to them the way we have been marketing for the last 100 years. And boom!